Hi, my name is Mohin Gaud. I'm a 2019er. In this video, we're going to explore the curriculum apps for EVS for grade 2 and grade 3. We are making this video just to explore the possibilities of how efficiently can we bring the spreadsheet of curriculum apps into the execution of classroom. In this video, I'll be sharing my screen. We'll be navigating through the curriculum maps. And while navigating through curriculum maps, I'll be sharing my views and thoughts on the elements of contents of the curriculum map to better set as what was my rationale behind putting them in the first place. Let's not waste time. I'll quickly share my screen. Okay, this is the drive where it's a shared drive which we all have from Teach for India. Curriculum apps are basically in the Bangalore Resources drive where we have a folder exclusively for curriculum apps. Here it is. Present academic is 2021. Sure, and as we're exploring today, just a small disclaimer. There's no huge difference in the curriculum app for grade 2 and grade 3. Yeah, there's difference in the content-wise, but the template or the thought process behind it's the same for both grade 2 and grade 3. Also, okay, I'll explain deeply when I get into the sheet. So basically, there's two parts in the curriculum apps, which for EVS exclusive. One is EVS overview, and other one is EVS chapter plan. Chapter plan is the basic curriculum apps where you'll be using it for your planning and unit planning and everything. EVS overview is something where the curriculums are derived from. So whatever the EVS overview, I would insist you to please read the EVS overview because you will get a lot of knowledge about the child's behavior or how the 8Cs are enacted during this age. It might be the classroom actions or just might be the philosophical way of how 8Cs enact. So first I'm going to EVS overview. In this EVS overview, I'll just string down to something so you can see the magazine part of the screen. Okay. As I said, the the overview for grade 2 and grade 3 both are same. There's no much difference because there's so much age gap difference that will be varying. So it basically has vision for science in the first column where we speak about like what do we expect while teaching the EVS and what do we want our kids to exhibit, right? And the skills are that basically skills which you can build through teaching EVS or doing taking class of EVS. The basic skills like observation, questioning, classification, and inferencing. Right? So some few key skills which can be exhibited through EVS. When I come down, there's something called as area of development. This is basically about the cognitive, social, emotional, physical, motor, and the speech and language. How are the kids at this age? This gives you an idea that how we can work on it, and also it helps you to build the right rigor. Also, I feel. And then you have the NCF position paper, which detailedly tells about the objective content pedagogy and the assessment, how it need to be at this age for grade 2 and grade 3. I would still, this is just a briefing of it. I would still insist if you're interested with this, you can still reach out. You can go to Google Drive and you can still find the NCF position papers there. And next thing is we have is NCF learning outcome. This is basically for the grade, according to grade 2, according to the grade 3. But grade 2 and grade 3 contents are not hugely varying. It's on a similar concept, but on a higher rigor for grade 3. So the outcome is basically from the NCF National Curriculum Framework, where they've said that these are things which need to exhibited by the student once they finish the grade 3 or once they finish learning the chapters or once they finish the academic year. And this NCF learning outcome is very much specific to the chapters which are being taught in the grade 3. And next is below that is the 8C. As you all know, we are working towards how we can build the 8Cs and how we can incorporate maths into the classroom and outside the classroom to have a holistic growth for our children, right? So here you can see the descriptions. Basically, the second column is like what is the meaning of the 8Cs, or like how is it being seen. And next age group mapping is how are these 8Cs can be seen in a child of age of grade 2 and grade 3. And then we have made a separate column to be more specific further ahead for grade 2 and grade 3, the exact actions which you can see. This is completely, it can vary contextually, but it won't vary widely, I believe. But these are just few examples how you can you can like give feedback or observe a student like how they're exhibiting the 8Cs in the classroom. Just about EVS overview, I would highly recommend to please go through the EVS overview because the whole main thought process while doing the curriculum apps, which all came from this exact resources. Like this resource and this knowledge of mine influence the curriculum apps and the objectives how I frame them. So it can be as according to it as to the grade level, and it has a backing from a researched a resource. Now let's see the EVS chapter plan. This is basically our curriculum map. I'll just zoom out a little bit and then I can zoom in again for you to clear explanation. Okay. So this is the curriculum chapter plan for grade 2. Here, as you can see, I've also shared a small write-up here, like how to use this document and also the contents which are there here. They are self-explanatory. You can also read them if this video is not convinced, not convincing for you. You can still read them and go through them. And this one thing I want to make it clear is this is the framework. It's not that you have to use the exact same objective or use the exact same things. What is ever there you have to use in your classroom. Our classrooms widely vary contextually, and I too face the same reality when I saw the curriculum maps, and I didn't feel that this exactly can fit into my classroom. It's there, it's fine, and I acknowledge that also. Uh, it's just a framework for you to give an idea like how we can have a high rigor in EVS and how we can get these things into the classroom, but it changes from the perspective of a classroom or the context also. So you can have this basic framework and tweak it to the most convenient way for your classroom, right? So the first column is the resources. I've not done a lot of resources not here, but these are just like general resources where you can find a good EVS content which you can bring it back to the back to the classroom. Few are just the inside textbooks and other thing, and few have given like websites where you can really explore the wildlife and get a high exposure to your students. And there are few YouTube channels also. Especially the both Guru channel I've put up here is just because it's an easy good channel for you as a teacher. I believe it was easy for me at least. As in they have a very grade specific, and it's all the videos are classified according to grade. Like grade 2 chapter wise have been classified. It's very easy to take back and show it to class, and also it's easy for you to navigate. I know, believing how hectic it is during the fellowship and during the unit planning and everything. Okay. So these are the few things. First one is, as you know, you have a chapter and then the focus of a lesson. Focus of the lesson is basically like what are the key topic or concepts which are there in the chapter, which need to be like maybe you can tell as a subdivision of a lesson or a chapter. And then you have questions to explore. This question explore is something like which helps to build curiosity in the students. If you ask the questions, it's more to like have a better understanding of the concept to the students and also build a lot of curiosity in them. How can they explore more and just play the interest of EVS or interest of science into them? Vocabulary. One more disclaimer: vocabulary. There are a lot of new words. Right? At this grade 2 and grade 3 age, they get a lot of new words and they learn a lot of new words. I've not put all the words in here. I've just put the few which I think it's very important, and it's very the words which are very important for a kid to have a science or a EVS vocabulary. Those are the words here. Those are the key words here. But yeah, it very much varies from people to people, perspective to perspective. Like what are the words need to be taught or need to be used by the student. And then we have a classes required. This is also classes required is my inhibition of like how much hour need to be taught. And this I've taken 40 minutes for per classroom, and this classroom is basically more for the teaching aspect of it, not for the activities aspect of it, not for the more like you giving worksheets and kids having a work time. That's excluding everything. It's just basically a teaching period, max to max IP or GP within that period. Okay, it's not like the work time or the extra revision time. It's not included in all those things. Just basically the teaching time, how much it might require for the one objective. Okay, and this objective is self-explanatory. One thing I would tell up to Blooms is this Blooms also it's as the NCF told, like during this period the kids need to explore a lot, they need to observe a lot, and I know when you see it's like there's a lot of analyze, create, evaluate. You might think that isn't this Bloom level too much for the kids of grade 2 and grade 3? Don't think that way. I would tell like apply, evaluate, create can also be can be done in a grade 2 or grade 3. Irrespective of the content what you're teaching, it's just about like how you're teaching and how it can be done. That's the reason I've pushed like to maximum to have apply, evaluate, analyze. And also that's what is being suggested in the NCF also for us. This is the age where kids get to explore a lot, get to know a lot. They are very inquisitive. So this all can be explored to this level of groups. Okay. And the why part of it is basically for the chapter wise I've done. And it's not the objective wise. It's for the chapter wise, where you get to know like how else we can connect it to our vision of EVS. How else we can connect it to the long-term goals of a student. How else we can connect to short-term goals of a student. How else we can bring the value of it. So all these things are inculcated in the why of it and why it need to be taught at this age group. And next to it is something called assessing projects and activities. This exclusively is being done because, as you all know, there's no assessment for EVS as a citywide. You very well do assessment in a classroom level, but there's no citywide. And also NCF suggests that at this age, evaluation need to be more of a project or analysis basis, or where a teacher does it for a student in a classroom level. And so try to keep it as interesting as possible, or a more activity based assessing the skills. It's the same here. Also here, it's just my thinking of it. Once like this can be done, you can take it as example and explore your horizon, like how well you can bring lot more activities can be done, and a lot of creativity can be brought into EVS is what I feel and believe. And then we have HCs. Also, HCs I want to clarify here. This is like I've mentioned 4 HCs almost to each chapter. It's not just this is the only HCs are coming alive in the chapter, or these are the HCs which is coming alive the mostly, right? It's not like that. It's something which is I feel and I think this can be brought out very lively to the classroom. HCs and it can be connected easily. Sometimes it might be just one thing. For example, right? For example, introduction of animals. The HCs which I've taught is creativity, curiosity, compassion, and communication. I've tried creativity because I've tried my assessment. I've made a connection with assessment because in assessment of activities I've thought like kids can make a scrapbook where they can stick animals and describe about them. That's how I've made connection to the creativity. But these HCs can widely vary with what activities you'll be doing in a classroom, how objective or what videos you'll be showing, or what activities you want your students to perform. It will vary widely, and you can connect to them accordingly also. And this last column is something about integration. I always had a difficulty of how well I can connect the EVS to other chapters, and this is just tried as it's a new bit, like how we can incorporate a lot of EVS into like other subjects. Like we can, so it will be easy for us to manage our classroom space or classroom time also. Here are a few things about like maximum try to incorporate with EVS and with English, with the RC or the writing part of it, and definitely with the vocabulary part of it, or the speaking and learning bit of it. But there's also high chances where you can incorporate the maths also. It's sometimes maths is very specific to chapter wise. You can't incorporate like everything into maths or everything into English. This is something which you can explore more. Just a few examples I've given here. This is definitely not to limit yourself. It's just to like explore and give an idea that this can be done in our classroom. So this is it. This is sorry. This is the EVS curriculum map. Also, please feel free. You can contact me if you have any more doubts with the curriculum maps. You can feel free to contact me. And it was a little bit fast video because I had to cut down the video. I was a little fast over it. This is my main rationale behind it. Also, you can explore. I've given a noting about like how to use the document or what are the contents here and why I've kept it here. If you have any more further doubts, please feel free to contact me. I can surely explain or clarify your doubts. Thank you. I hope this curriculum app will help you a lot, and I believe that a lot of this can be brought into classroom execution. Thank you.